I entitled this particular film Men Are Awesome. Um, and the reason for that is that I wanted to talk about somebody that I met yesterday, a man who I will call Paul. I won't use his real name out of respect. I met this man yesterday as part of my job working in the community, and whenever I meet people in the course of my job, which is often working with people who are homeless or potentially homeless, or falling upon extremely hard times, or suffering with physical or mental health issues, I always think that part of what I need to do with those people is I need to respect them and give them time to tell me their story. And this, in brief, is Paul's story. Paul came to the United Kingdom in the 50s, when the old sort of Commonwealth sort of countries gained independence. A lot of people came to the United Kingdom to take up jobs at that time, often what you might call more menial jobs, things like postmen, porters, railway workers, even nurses and things like that, because there were people in the UK did not want those jobs, or there was a shortage within the labour force. So Paul was one of those people who came from such a Commonwealth country to start his life. And at that time there was an extreme amount of prejudice for people from other countries coming to the UK and taking the jobs. And this is a familiar story for those that look at politics. These things are circular, they come up time and time again. Anyway, he trained and he became a master craftsman, and had 3 children. And during the course of his life, his wife became unwell and was not able to care for the children. She had mental illness, and as such became institutionalised, which meant that Paul then had to raise all the 3 children that he had on his own, which he did. And over the next years he worked as a master craftsman, sort of learning his skill, raising his children, living in a very poor area of London at that time, an area which has since become very gentrified, and house prices have escalated to the extent that ordinary people would not be able to afford those properties now. Ordinary working people, I should say, in regular jobs. Anyway, he moved out of London. Over the last few years, he fell on hard times, was not able to work, and fell into debt, and to the extent which he had his house repossessed, and he lost his house, and he became homeless. And he is now what we call sofa surfing. He is now street homeless, effectively, sleeping on the sofas in people's houses. And I was extremely moved by his account and his story, which he told me. And as part of my job, I'm going to try and help him to find accommodation. I'm going to do everything I can to help him to find accommodation. And I just thought that the Pauls of this world are, over the years I've met hundreds of Pauls. I've met hundreds of people just like him, who have been hard-working, honest, upstanding members of the community, who've endured extreme hardships, and end up with absolutely nothing. And I was extremely moved by hearing his account and his story, and I just thought the Pauls of this world go unheard. Their stories are never talked about. Nobody ever takes notice of them. They probably walk past people just like him every day, and are completely unaware of this other sort of side to the world and society, and the community. And out of respect for him, I just wanted to share his story, and just to say, that men are truly awesome, and he is a living example of that.